Your brain is the most important organ in your body. It keeps your heart beating, lungs breathing, and all the systems in your body functioning. That's why it's essential to keep your brain working in optimum condition with a healthy diet. Some foods have negative effects on the brain, impacting your memory and mood and increasing your risk of dementia. Estimates predict that dementia will affect more than 65 million people worldwide by 2030. Luckily, you can help reduce your risk of the disease by cutting certain foods out of your diet. In this video we reveals the 7 worst foods for your brain. 1. Vegetable oils. You might think that vegetable oils are better for you than butter, but that's not the case. Certain oils, including sunflower, soybean, and canola, have higher levels of omega-6. This is a fatty acid that can lead to brain inflammation. Any level of inflammation in your brain is bad for you. Better alternatives are oils that have omega-3s. Olive oil is a popular substitute for butter and vegetable oils. You can use it anywhere you would use butter, including over vegetables, in baked goods, and even on popcorn. 2. Too much red meat. Some red meat is good for you, but you don't want to have too much in your diet. Studies have shown a correlation between populations that eat diets high in red meat and increased instances of Alzheimer's. One theory is that red meat contains iron, which, in moderation, is good for us. But too much iron can promote what researchers call oxidative damage. This can lead to cell deterioration and damage in the brain. Eat more plant-based meals, and avoid eating red meat every day to make sure you aren't getting too much of a good thing. When you do eat meat, choose a grass-fed option. 3. Sugary products. Sugar and sugary products are bad not only for your waistline, but for your brain function as well. Long-term consumption of sugar can create a wealth of neurological problems, and it can also interfere with your memory. On the other hand, sugar can also interfere with your ability to learn. This is why it is recommended to avoid pre-baked goods, sugar, corn syrup, and products that are high in fructose. 4. Alcohol. Alcohol is known to harm your liver in the long run, and it also causes what is known as brain fog. Like the name suggests, the term of brain fog refers to a feeling of mental confusion. It acts like a cloud that impacts your ability to think clearly, as well as your memory. Have you ever noticed that you cannot remember common item names, or you cannot recall certain events, or you are not sure whether they were dreams or they actually happened? This might be influenced by the high alcohol intake, which impacts the balance of the brain. Fortunately, these symptoms are reversible provided that you stop consuming alcohol, or you limit your intake to 1 or 2 drinks per week. 5. Junk food. A recent study that was performed at the University of Montreal has revealed that junk food can change the chemicals in the brains, thus leading to symptoms associated with depression and anxiety. Besides, foods that are high in fat can also trigger some symptoms that are similar to the signs of withdrawal when you stop consuming them. These foods affect the production of dopamine, an important chemical that promotes happiness and an overall feeling of well-being. Moreover, dopamine also supports the cognitive function, the learning capacity, alertness, motivation, and memory. This is why it is important to avoid all foods that contain excessive fat. 6. Fried foods. Almost all processed foods contain chemicals, dyes, additives, artificial flavors, preservatives, and such. These can affect the behavior and the cognitive functioning due to the chemical that causes hyperactivity, both in children and in adults. Fried or processed foods slowly destroy the nerve cells located in the brain. However, some oils are more dangerous than others. Sunflower oil is considered to be among the most toxic ones. 7. Foods high in sodium. A little salt goes a long way. Too much salt is a problem. People who eat a high sodium diet are at an increased risk of developing dementia or Alzheimer's, according to a recent study done on lab mice. This can happen even if there isn't a correlative increase in blood pressure. Avoid high-sodium packaged foods, and only salt your food to taste when you cook at home. Use other spices to flavor foods for added health benefits. 8. Saturated fat. Again, a little is okay, but a diet high in saturated fat can decrease the brain's ability to fight the formation of Alzheimer's-linked brain plaque, according to a 2013 JAMA Neurology. But an onslaught of saturated fat also hurts your brain in the short term. Ewan McNay, Ph.D., an assistant professor of behavioral neuroscience at the University at Albany, says that saturated fat impairs your brain's ability to learn and form new memories within as little as 10 minutes after mowing down. If you like the video, then subscribe my channel and share with your friends.